Hello, everyone. Welcome to After the Bell, where we talk about what really happens once school ends. I'm your host, Arhan.
And I'm Vishnu. Every week, we bring you raw and unfiltered stories with students who are figuring out what it means to chase something bigger through all the chaos, deadlines, and self doubt that comes with it.
Today, we've got Max, who played state football at just 13 years old, under 19. And we've got Ahan, who is top scorer at DPDL at 15 years old and went to a Bayern Munich training camp for 4 months. These are football prodigies who have learned to balance sports, academics, and socializing.
They're also building MYA Shield, the world's first AI physio. Today, we'll talk football, pressure, and mindset, and what it means to chase such a big goal at such a young age.
Let's get into it. So, Max, Ahan, when did football become something more than just fun for you? When did it become a way of life? What was a moment or an experience where you guys knew you wanted to pursue football?
Football's never really stopped becoming fun for me. I just always enjoy it. But however, I did get more serious after I turned around 11 years old when we started playing 11-a-side. And I realized that it's something that I want to take forward and hopefully play in college.
Okay, yeah, so football never really stopped becoming fun. I think after I just watched more and more matches and idolized players like Cristiano Ronaldo, I felt like it was getting more serious and I felt like I really enjoyed playing it. So, yeah, I thought I want to pursue this and make it because it was my passion, so I want to make it big in football.
So when did you guys realize you were better than just the average player or just the average school team or club player? When did you realize that you had a knack for this and when did you realize you could pursue this in the future?
I don't think Han's better than the average player.
Okay, but on a serious note, I feel like I was a really, really good player at the age of 7, 8, 9, and I was always dominating, not in being cocky or anything, but and then after some time, I got an injury, but which lasted for around a year, and then I wasn't able to train and stuff, and that just made me love football more because it showed me that how much I really miss it, and then I just started working really hard, and then I found out through all my achievements that I'm better than the average player.
I agree with Ahan. Even from a young age, when I was around 8 years old, I was already better than most of the people I played with. And my club, we used to win tournaments 10-0 in the finals and stuff. So that was good. But then when it started getting to when you're 11, 12 years old, it doesn't become so much technical. It becomes more physicality. So then I wasn't really as strong in the physicality terms. But I still realized once I got my growth spurt again that I was still a lot better than most of the other players.
Ahan, adding on to your question, you had an injury, a bad injury for a year. How did you bounce back from that and how did you recover from that?
Well, I think getting an injury is not easy. When you the mentality for a player has to be really strong when you're injured, and you just need to keep thinking positively and believing in yourself. Obviously I had really good friends and my parents were really supportive during that time as well, so I think that's how I was able to bounce back.
So you guys have represented Roots FC for the last, I don't know how many years, and you guys have played for your various school teams. How have these teams helped you nurture your talent and become the successful players you are today?
Yeah, so Roots has always been really supportive of me from a young age. So they've always given me opportunity after opportunity, even if I don't necessarily perform the best. So yeah, they're always supporting, and the coaches have been with me since I was 11 years old till now. So it's really supporting. And then
I think in terms of school, it's just even over here, our football team has built a community, and even when we lost in the home tournament, we didn't blame each other and stuff. So I think this that bond that we have has really helped us not just in football but outside football as well.
Yeah, I think the chemistry that our school team has is what makes us play well. We all are brilliant individual players, but you see sometimes teams don't gel well together. But since we're such close friends in school, I think we can win tournaments.
You guys feel since you have been playing with each other for all these years, you feel that's made you guys both better together in a team? Or if you guys were to just come close together recently, would you guys still be as good together?
I think chemistry is something that can't be taught. It has to be built over the years. And I think just since seeing how close me and him are, it just shown me how good our chemistry is. With other players, I would not be as comfortable to play 1-2 because I don't have that faith in them that they're going to give it back. But with him, I just play that because I'm his daddy and he does what I say.
Fuck no. Yeah, so me and Ahan, we've been best friends since we were 2 years old. So that's like 13 years of playing together and having so many laughs over the years. So I think you automatically trust someone. Like when I was striker who's not like Ahan in the team, when I always think twice about giving the through ball. But then when it's Ahan, I never think twice. I know he's going to finish the chance off.
Do you guys ever feel like being that football kid or like a kid whose entire personality just revolves around football changes how like your classmates or your peers just looked at you?
I don't think it's necessarily for being that football kid, but I feel like if you're good at sports, people automatically try to become like better friends with you because when you're good at sports, you can get like more popular and stuff. So yeah, it does, like they do treat you a little bit differently, but I don't think it's that much of a difference.
What is for you guys the first football memory that you guys have? What really started it and like kicked off the passion of football for you guys?
So for me, like I was a bit late to join Roots. Like Max and Yuv and stuff had already joined, and this is like when we were 7, 8 years old. And like we used to train at this ground called MCC, and I still remember the first time I'd walked into that pitch, and like when I walked down the slope, and then I shouted, "Max!" and then he shouted, "Ahan!" and then I just ran to him, and then yeah, I think that kicked off my entire football. So, well, I'm grateful to Max for who I am today.
Yeah, so even my football journey began at MCC. However, I always knew I'd get into football because my older brother is someone who I've always looked up to. So then he used to be really into football. So I just tried to follow in his footsteps.
Everyone sees you guys trophies and highlights and goals and assists, but no one sees the hard work and pressure behind that. How do you guys manage this pressure from classmates, coaches, family members? How do you guys deal with this today?
Honestly, I think if you love something a lot, like you don't think of it as a burden or a pressure. So like I just never really feel any pressure. Like before when I was a kid, like everyone used to expect me to do a lot, and that was a bit like I felt pressure in those moments. But I think like the more matches I've played and stuff, I've grown as a player, not only physically but mentally as well. So I think I've started handling pressure a lot better now, and like I don't really feel it anymore.
So I feel like pressure is created when you like care about something so much. Like it doesn't just depend on like if it's a final or a league match. I always feel the pressure just because I love football so much and I want to win. So yeah, but I'm still able to deal with it just from repetition over and over again because you get that self-confidence and you like know you're going to play well every game.
So going into a specific penalty shootout, last minute goal, you're taking the penalty, you have to step up for your team. What kind of thoughts are going on throughout your head during that time? How do you cope with that? Because I personally shit my pants when I take a penalty. How do you guys feel?
Taking a penalty is like there's 10 times more pressure than when you're just stepping on the field to play a match, no matter how big the occasion. Like, because it's just you and the keeper, and you like there are 1,000 things running in your mind and stuff. So I think I still feel a lot of pressure when I take a penalty, and when the circumstance is that big, like you still have to like there's a lot of pressure, but every player has to take the penalty and you have to deal with it. So I think just like having a strong mentality, like what I do is I follow my idol Cristiano, so I just breathe in and out. And that really helps me deal with the pressure while taking a penalty.
For me, I love taking pens because it's something that you can practice, and like despite how good the keeper is, if you've mastered it, then they're not going to save it. So I just love taking them. I like the spotlight on me and I love scoring. So.
Those are really good takes, guys. After a bad loss or like getting kicked out of a tournament or losing, how do you guys rebuild your confidence to go back and train twice as hard next day to win the next one or to make your team win?
So in my opinion, I think whenever we've lost a tournament or lost a game, like I feel that just fuels me to work harder and harder because I want to prove something. I want to prove myself to like the people and like my teammates and stuff. I just want to keep winning everything I have. So I think after a loss, like you just the loss itself like fuels you to strive for perfection.
So I agree with Ahan that when you get a loss, you always want to try and do better next time. Like for an example, last season we lost 6-0 to Alchemy, but then we had the DPDL quarterfinals like a couple of days later. So our minds just immediately focused on the next thing. Don't think too much about the loss. And then we went and won the next game. So I feel like that's more important.
So you guys have been training for years, and obviously with this training you have to adopt a very rigorous schedule. When your football starts feeling more like a job as compared to a passion, how do you fall back in love with the sport?
I feel like sometimes football can get a bit monotonous, and like it can, like the grind is like it never stops. So like there's also like you get exhausted and burnt out. But I feel like just going back and looking back at everything you've achieved and looking back at what the sport has given you just keeps making me regenerate my love for the sport.
Yeah, for me, every time I touch a ball, I just get happy again. So then I don't really ever fall out of love with it. Should I say? Yeah, so I never really fall out of love with football because it's always been there for me, even when people necessarily haven't been. Yeah.
Okay, what is one failure or setback that sort of shaped you now, or that's helped you throughout your entire journey through football?
Yeah, so for me, like, I feel like every season I have like a comeback story because initially in the first few games, I usually start on the bench. And then throughout the season, I work my way into the starting 11. And then like eventually I sometimes become captain towards the end of the season. So yeah, like not getting picked is really demotivating. But then you just have to realize there's nothing you can do about it except work harder.
So before a big game or just any game in general, how do you guys switch on mentally and like sort of train yourself to give your best on the field?
For me, the biggest like technique I use is listen to music. Like when I listen to music, like I forget about everything, and that just helps me get into the zone to perform. And like I just visualize what I'm gonna do in the match, and like analyze my opponents by seeing their previous games and stuff, and that just helps me calm down before the game.
Yeah, I just do the exact same as Ahan. Like the night before, I'll probably watch a clips of the teams that were playing, and then I try and visualize myself against them, what I do in those situations. So that's what I do the day before. But then the day of the match, I'm just trying to keep myself calm and not get too overworked. So I just tend to listen to music and let my thoughts flow by itself.
Ahan, you went to Bayern for 4 months on a rigorous training camp alone in a foreign country without any parent supervision. How was that experience for you overall? And seeing the diverse set of individuals from all over the world showcasing their skill and talent, did you feel at a certain point, this is the level I need to reach and to get to that point?
Yeah, like
I mean,
I have no shame in saying this, but I was one of the worst players there, and because it is under 19 and it was really hard. Like those players are signing professional contracts in a year or two, and like just going there alone just taught me how to be independent and showed me the level I need to reach, and that really inspired me and fueled me to work even harder and harder. So when I go back, I can be like a much better player and hopefully be on the level that they were.
Max, you played under 19 state when you were just 13 as an 8th grader. How would that feel for you? Were you scared? Physically they were stronger than you, technically they might have been better than you. How do you feel doing that? How do you persevere so hard that you reach the state?
like in 8th grade, I felt I was already really good technically. However, I was a lot smaller than the players. So obviously I did get a little scared going into like my first match. But then after a while, like you kind of get used to it and you start enjoying it more and more.
Did you ever have those I don't belong here moments or feel like I'm too young for this?
Like I did a couple of times. Like when you see the way they talk, they're much more mature than I was. So I really like thought, damn, I don't belong here. And like, I don't know how I've even got here in the first place. But then like, as you get with them, like the people I went with, they tried to include me in everything that they did. So I just felt accepted, and then that helped me get the confidence I needed to perform well during the matches.
Ahan, you were the top scorer of DPDL at 15, one of Bangalore's most prestigious youth tournaments. So how were you able to do that? And at 15, what was your mindset going into that season? And what changed in that season that has changed you and you never looked back?
Yes, I was really like, the injury really fueled me to work harder. And I just thought throughout the season that I'm going to be the best player and I'm going to make my team win.
Max, you play as a defender, right, when you play football? As a defender, you have a completely different role. You have to take up a sort of a leadership position on the field. How is that different compared to like a goal-scoring midfielder like Ahan?
So I love taking on the leadership role because I love talking to my teammates, keeping everything organized on the pitch. So I really enjoy being a defender. I can see the whole pitch. and except for the goalkeeper. But yeah, so I can give the commands and I enjoy doing that.
Do you also feel like being a leader for a team on a pitch has sort of helped you in different areas of your life, or is it only just in your football?
Yeah, I think in general, like thanks to my parents, I'm a good leader. They've always taught me to be outspoken and give my opinions on things. So like even in school, I've been the class rep for like 5 or 6 years from fourth grade. So I think I love just taking on leadership roles.
Playing in two different positions on the field, what do you guys think is a lesson that you both have learned respectively from your position?
I think just like not letting what they say get to you, because the time that you get really frustrated, like it's 70, 80, the game is a 90-minute match, and in the 70th minute as a striker, if you haven't scored a goal, you get pretty fucking frustrated. So like, I think just don't let it get to you. Just keep calm and keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully you can find a way to score a goal.
Like I played as a centre back and a defensive midfielder, and they're kind of similar, except for in the midfield there's a lot more like running involved. So my first time playing, it was a completely new experience. Like usually I can play the whole 90 minutes without getting tired, but then playing in midfield, like after 30-40 minutes I'm already panting, and it was really like, it gave me more appreciation to other midfielders to see how much they run throughout the game. So it's a whole new perspective.
Adding on to what you guys said, you guys spoke about composure. How important is this in a 90-minute game? Like when the things aren't going your way, you're losing by 2-3 goals. How important is it to keep your nerves, keep composure, and like strive towards the collective goal?
In my opinion, composure is like the most important thing during a match, because without it, you're nothing. Like no matter how good you are, if you don't have composure, you can't perform, because you need to keep cool to be able to know what you're going to do and to be able to communicate in a good manner with your teammates, like without swearing and then without starting fights and shit.
So how do you both do this personally as well? How do you, like as a personal experience, when you have thoughts coming in, when you're getting frustrated, when you're feeling sad, how do you stay in the game?
For me, I'm actually really bad at keeping composed. Like, so I think Max should answer this question.
Yeah, so for me, like sometimes when I'm getting too frustrated, you also have to think about the bigger picture, because if you let the anger get the better of you and you go and get a red card, it's not only you who's affected, it's your whole team. So you have to think about it like that.
So guys, to get on to the main topic of the podcast, tell us about MYA Shield, the world's first AI physio. What is this? How did this idea start? And explain this to us.
So like, first we were in school, me, Yuv and Ahan were just playing football, and we were talking about how much like we hate going to school and being ordered around by our teachers. So we left it at that, and me and Yuv were on the way to football together, and Ahan was in the car behind us. And
I was
Yuv's driver really doesn't like Ahan. So then Ahan, he told his driver to just speed and cut across Yuv's car and just park. So Yuv's car had to stop, and he got out and came into Yuv's car. And then we were just discussing ideas, and then eventually Maya Shield was born.
So was there a specific injury or instance that sparked this idea?
Fuck no.
Well, yeah, for Yuv, because Yuv is really injury prone. He breaks a bone every year. So then it was like, we thought about him and it would help him the most.
And like Siddhant, because he's mentally.
Yeah, like Siddhant, his other close friend, but he's not smart enough to be part of MIA Shield.
So we were like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you both, this project hasn't launched yet. Can you guys give us like a date or like a sneak peek or just like a screen recording of the website also? Anything just to show us.
We can give you a sneak peek, but like we're not really restricting ourselves to a certain deadline, because we know that there's a lot of academic pressure.
Do you guys have an app or is it just like a website?
Right now it's a website, but
You guys make an app?
yeah, we're planning to do
What
it.
is the entire idea of Maya? Like, what do you want to do with this?
Well, like with Maya Shield, we want to like make sure all athletes are safe and like they can recover in a speedy manner.
Also, because physiotherapy is really expensive nowadays. So we want to help athletes who don't necessarily come from high economic backgrounds. Yeah, so for a sneak peek of the app, here's like what the website looks like.
how do you both balance football, school, and building a startup at the same time?
Well, for me, like managing school, like you saw my midterm marks. So. Yeah, but like last year and stuff, like I felt like making a timetable really helped me to manage my academics, football, and the startup. So yeah.
For me, like my parents always they pressurize me to do better in school.
We
So-
know, bro. Hey, Maximus.
Now keep that. That's too funny. Hey, Max.
Bro, he said this at least 1,000 times. Yeah, so my mom especially, she's really hard on me in terms of school. She just really wants me to do better. So they always make sure that I'm not focusing too much on one thing and
be a
keeping
good
a
boy.
balance of all
Be
three.
a good boy.
MYA Shield blows up. Would you guys rather pick playing football or would you like move into entrepreneurship?
Bro, what do you mean
Like
if it
how
blows up?
like when it blows up, like I feel like that's better for me in terms of football because fuck academics. I just have MBA Shield to earn me my money and then I play football. Like I could just play in a 3rd division, 4th division club if I don't get into a good team and have MBA Shield on the side so I can pay for my bitches, travel expenses and shit.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with Ahan that MI Shield, I feel like football in India, unless you're really, really, really good, you can't really get that much money. So I think if it blows up, when it blows up, it'll be really good for us.
So guys, let's say I'm an investor and I want to invest in MYA Shield right now. Can you give me a fast 2-minute pitch on why MYA Shield?
Ah, my foot.
Wait, have you ever been in this situation?
Oh.
Well, don't worry. MI Shield's here to save
What's
you.
MBA Shield?
Wait, it's the world's first AI physio. It can cure any injuries just with the help of a message. So MI Shield, it's the world's first AI physio. It will give you step-by-step recovery plans, and then it can also give you nutrition plans in the premium version. And the premium version also has a more detailed recovery plans, giving you physiotherapy exercises to perform. And in case you do need to see a personal help in person, we have lots of contacts in there, including physios from Bayern Munich.
Max, being an American citizen with Taiwanese, Chinese roots, what do you think about are some common stereotypes or racist remarks that are made towards you and how?
I feel like I do get treated differently, but in a
No,
better
you do
way.
not.
In India, like I feel like as an American and Taiwanese living
You're
in
not
India,
special, bro.
like you're a privileged minority in the
A
fact.
privileged minority. Fuck up. You and I know minority.
Do you guys feel like all these remarks has that sort of boosted you? Has that given you more confidence? Has that helped you perform better? Has it given you like sort of a drive to excel?
Like mainly being the American citizen living in India, because you're not allowed to play the AIFF Youth League. So always in the other competitions, you want to play better to show them that they should let foreign citizens play, because otherwise they're just missing out on talent.
So what do people misunderstand the most about you guys being a football prodigy? What do they think about you?
I think being a football prodigy is like people get cocky and overconfident, but I think it's a privilege to be called a football prodigy, and you should just keep your head down and prove everyone right. Because at the end of the day, you do it for the ones that care and the ones that want you to succeed.
Straying a little off topic, Dadu is talking about your Taiwanese roots. Do you know who Ray is from the AMP group?
That's like my best friend abroad. I always FaceTime him at night.
Who?
Yeah, we were gonna go to the military together. Yeah.
Who?
You know him personally?
Yeah, that's like my bitch.
In a world full of comparisons, teammates, social media, and a lot of other things, how do you guys stay grounded when people are throwing a lot of negative energy towards you?
I feel like I like comparison as like either you get like a confidence boost when they say you're better than the other person, but if they say you're worse, you just get more fuel to do better.
For me, I just don't give a shit about what anyone says. Like, if you want to talk good about me, talk good. If you want to talk bad about me, talk bad. I don't care.
So you guys feel like it's a win-win whenever people say bad things or good things?
Bro, like all publicity is good publicity.
Not necessarily all good.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, like, bro, as long as they're thinking about your name, like, it doesn't matter what they say, bro.
So for people that when they get insulted, it sort of demotivates them. What would you say for people like this to help them sort of boost whatever they're doing and not to just listen to people who are speaking just to speak?
I think just block the noise, because at the end of the day, they're talking bad about you. Like, look where they are at. Like they're probably not where they want to be. and that's the only reason they're speaking shit about you, is because they're jealous of you. Like people like Ara Bhattacharya.
Yeah, so usually when people are talking bad about you, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're bad, but rather that they're just not in a place where they want to be right now, and they're just trying to take it out on someone. And unfortunately, sometimes it can be you, so just ignore it and take everything in an optimistic manner.
So when life gets overwhelming or just too much, what is your guys' reset? What do you guys do to get back into the zone?
My sheer perspicacity, coupled with my unmatched infatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
For me, like sometimes I just wanna go and like meet Yuva and Ahan, because when I'm with them, everything is fine and my head just gets cleared.
You mentioned that your footballing idol was Ronaldo, but what do you take from his routine and what do you take
Messi,
from him?
man.
And Max, who's your footballing idol and who do you look up to in this footballing world? And if you were to spend a week or a day even with Ronaldo or your idol Max, what would you do with them?
Well, for me, like Cristiano Ronaldo is like, bro, he's my idol. Like I love that guy, and like his dedication and mindset and mentality is what makes him such a good player. So
My football idol is honestly my brother, because he really started it for me. Fuck this guy. Yeah, so he really started it and he got me motivated. But then on a professional level, I love watching Pedri and Busquets because they just control the tempo of every game. And I'm a big Barca fan, so everyone from there I love.
Looking at Indian football today, it's sort of at a very bad stage. It always has been. What excites you, or what do you think India sort of needs to change in the way they're approaching football and training in football?
like absolutely nothing excites me about India's footballing future. Like it's all going downhill. And I think just everything about it needs to change. Like they need to start investing more money and they need to start taking more responsibility. Like the Indian Federation of Football needs to like man the fuck up and start doing shit that actually helps the sport instead of accepting stuff like age fraud and shit. Because our India U17 and U19 team, like if there's one player that's under the age limit, I would be really surprised.
Yeah, right now there's just too much politics and corruption in youth football in India. Everyone is bringing in overage players from the northeast, and they're all focusing on winning rather than developing the players the way they're supposed to be developed. Like you can see all the top countries, they didn't get this far by bringing in overage players just to win, but they did it better.
So everyone loves a comeback story. What is your guys' personal comeback story? Anytime you were injured, benched, or just came back strong?
I think I've had a lot of comeback stories, but one of the more prominent ones are when I got injured. Like I was detected with some pretty bad shit, and I was out for like a year.
Autism.
So I was out for like a year, and that really like demotivated me. But I feel like just being around good people helps you so much, and it makes you a better person on and off the pitch.
Yeah, for me, like in under 12, in my first season of under 12, I remember our team was really good, so I didn't even make the squad for the 18 to sit on the bench. And like even though we reached the finals, I wasn't even part of it. So that season had me really demotivated. But then the next season of under 12, I started working much harder and taking football more seriously. And then by the end of the season, we reached the finals again. But this time, I was a key part as one of the leaders and one of the better players on the team.
Max, Ahan, what is one skill, like either physical or mental or on the football pitch itself, which you guys are currently mastering right now?
Like I feel like I'm always trying to get better in the mental side of football, because even if football doesn't work out, like the mentality you gain from playing a sport and teamwork and leadership, it can be used in many different fields as well, not only in football.
Like Max said, like mentality plays like a really like pivotal role in football and in everything in general. And just like having a strong mentality can make your life so much better because you never get demotivated and stuff. Like you can always bounce back from whatever's happened.
So guys, now we're gonna have a quick fire round before we end the show. What's the biggest on-field adrenaline rush? What's the best moment you had in a football match that you just loved the moment?
For me, it is actually not a professional football match. Like scoring when we lost 3-1 to Adventure, like that shit was so nice because
Bro, there's no way you're talking about a loss as your best footballing
no, because
moment.
bro, like that goal was, and also like he knows why it was so nice.
I feel like when we won the DPDL Super Cup final against Reliance,
Oh yeah,
which
that
is
was a pretty good moment.
that's Reliance is probably the best academy in India, and then Roots is relatively smaller. So then we were just defending the whole game and we conceded in the last minute, but then on kickoff we scored. So that was just easily the best moment. I had so much adrenaline, and then we won in pens.
So, Ahan and Max, you both are jokers. But on the field, you both seem like completely different people. Ahan, you are extremely locked in. You are very much locked in when you are on the field. You are so different. You're screaming at everyone. You're throwing swear words here left and right. How do you get into this state? How do you change so differently?
I feel like the level of focus that you need to have to play football is really important. And I feel like I just want to win and I want to be the best. So as soon as I'm on the football pitch, you don't have any friends on the football pitch. It's just like all your teammates, and like you need to keep like working harder and harder, and like you should forget anything that happened in the football pitch once you're outside. So I think just learning how to switch between being locked in and then messing around when you're outside is really important as well for any player in any sport.
Yeah, I agree with Ahan. You have to be you can be different people on and off the pitch, because you have to be so focused on the football pitch if you really love it that much. Then nothing else is going through your mind except for trying to win and doing your best.
So, what's a player you guys admire in your age category or where you play, who you really want to be like and who take inspiration from today, like around your age?
There's one guy called Ahan Gupta. He's wow, what a player.
For me, my friend Rahul, he's really, really good. He's the same age as us, but he is like always on another level. Like he's so composed and everything he does is really good.
What's the most memorable friend or coach moment you've had? Funny, intense, calm. What's the best moment you've had?
I think whenever we travel with our coaches, it's always like a really fun time. No matter how strict they are, they always like mess around. And for me, a really fun moment was in a recent trip to Goa with Roots. Like we all snuck out into the beach at like 11:30 or 12 in the night after losing, like shameless fucks. And we just started going around asking people, like we just started going around and talking to the most random people. Like we met this really cool couple from London. Shout out to them, they're watching.
For me, again, I feel like even coaches, when you go on trips, they completely switch. And there was this one coach, Madan sir, and he was like a complete joker. He's like the funniest coach I've ever had. Like he was just two completely different people. And he had like a wife and stuff, but he was flirting with all the other teams' coaches and stuff. I don't know, that guy was so funny.
Okay, so you guys have been playing in Roots for God knows how long. Even I started Roots. I don't know if you guys remember. We trained in the same place.
So a funny thing about Vishnu is we had these online sessions and he would just turn off keep his camera to those ball and start playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
And then we used to keep calling him and we could just hear.
Yeah, during the online class, we used to get notifications like Vishnu is online on Fortnite right now.
So to get back into the topic that I was saying, having different coaches, has each coach given you like different traits in football, or is it like just one coach that you guys particularly like?
I think I can say this for the both of us, like our biggest coach is probably Ravi sir, because he's been with us throughout our entire journey at Roots. And he's like, we built such a good connection with him, and that helps a lot while playing football, because the coach is like, he gives you everything. He's the reason you're able to do what you're able to do. So
yeah, I agree. Like Ravi sir, he's been with us since under 11. So he's always been there with us even when we've lost and we've won, and he never takes it out on the players. And he's just always looking for the next step for you personally to do better and become a better footballer.
So guys, to end the podcast, I would like to ask you, what's your future goal? Like I know football. You're doing a startup as well. You're studying, but where do you guys see yourself in the future today?
I think
being teenagers,
just being like successful is my main objective. Like, and no matter what I do, like I want to be successful. Like either it's a startup, football, academics, and anything I want to do, I always like try and be the best and want to be successful.
Yeah, I agree with Ahan. Even like football and startups both, we just want to try and get to the top and have everyone talking about it and making some money. And then also like in the future, just always try and be a good person as well.
Yeah.
So this mentality that you guys have of wanting to be the best in whatever you do you feel like football has given you this mentality, or is it just something you're born with?
I think like both
Yeah, it's a
Football
combination
and-
for
yeah.
sure. Like, because when you play football, you always, you know the consequences of losing. So you never want to feel like that again. And you just always want to win.
And that's the end of the podcast. Guys, thank you to our guests for being absolutely useless, though they are demons on the field. And playing with them myself, I say I'm honored to play with them. And their composure really inspires me.
If this episode hit home, follow After the Bell for more podcasts, more stories, and more of what it's really like to grow up in our generation.
Also, do check out Mia Shield, the world's first AI physio startup, and tune out.
Thank you for watching.